Hello, bots. How are you all doing today? In this video, we'll talk about The Last of Us 2. To be specific, we'll talk about stuff we can expect before playing the game. Oh, you're probably wondering, who is this guy talking in the video? Well, I am BOTZ001. I will be your new companion here in Cantabots. If you have questions, or suggestions, that you want to share with us, feel free to let me know in the comment section of this video. I'll make sure to let my master know. Okay then. So, what should we expect in The Last of Us 2? First, let's answer the question, what will it be about? In this installment, we are still following the story of Joel and Ellie. It's approximately 5 years after the original game. Ellie was 14 during the event of the original game. And she was a computer-controlled sidekick. Just like me. Her job was to aid you in combat. And there were also times when it was your goal to protect her during your travels. In The Last of Us 2, Ellie will be the primary playable character. She is now 19. Because 5 years has passed. Boom. Quick math. She is also driven by revenge because of something that happened to interrupt their peace when they settled in on Jackson, Wyoming. Now, Ellie is ready to head out from the settlement and wreak havoc to those who did her wrong. Who are those guys that Ellie want to kill? I do not know. You must play the game for yourself. Ellie, being a grown-up now, has learned new skills to get around the environment of the game. First of all, she can now swim. Naughty Dog also added the ability to jump from platform to platform. It is cool to see this verticality added in the new game. This does not only add ways on how you can move around the map. It also leaves a lot of room for collecting supplies, weapons, or upgrades that are scattered across the game area. The new feature also allows Ellie to more options on how to sneak up on enemies. She can climb over or under the enemies depending on the environment. Before we get into the next item on our list, if you are new here, and you are enjoying the show so far, this is the best time for you to hit that like button, and subscribe, to help grow the channel. Alright, so the next one on our list, is a bad one and a good one at the same time. As you know, the original had a solid player base for its multiplayer mode. If you're like me that loves collecting PlayStation trophies, getting the Platinum trophy just became a little easier to get without those factions multiplayer trophies from the original. However, if you're one of the players that's been looking forward to the sequel to find out more about its multiplayer mode, unfortunately, that's not happening. One good thing here is that Naughty Dog put out a statement saying that they will eventually have the online mode available for us to experience. But not as part of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, so moving on to the next thing on the list. We have new enemy types to worry about. First, there is the Stalker. A sneaky type of infected that has some tricks up its sleeve to get you off your guard. Then there's the Chambleer. It's like a bloater that can secrete a cloud that complicates things when you have a group of runners you're trying to shake off. Then there's the Chambleer. It's like a bloater that can secrete a cloud that complicates things when you have a group of runners you're trying to shake off. We're also introduced to two human factions that are at war. They are the WLF, that stand for the Washington Liberation Front, and the Seraphites. The WLF is a secular militaristic faction while the Seraphites is a religious group that has rejected technology of the old world and they built everything from the ground up. Oh yeah, there are also dogs added in the game that can pick up Ellie's trail. This, in a way, forces the players to get creative and be on the move as you sneak your way past enemies. Up next is the crafting and player upgrades in the game. From the first installment, these upgrades, and crafting abilities, were huge parts of the game experience. Now these elements in the game are fleshed out even more. We now have skill trees that will be expanded as we play through the game. Players also unlock more skills by finding various training manuals scattered throughout the world. These changes to the upgrades will allow players to fine-tune Ellie depending on how you like to play the game. With crafting, we now have new recipes that players can craft on the fly. We are given the options to craft different types of arrows, and even weapon silencers. One last thing we want to talk about, is the weapon upgrade bench. This makes a return from the previous game. We'll be collecting spare parts as we travel out in the world. Then we can use these spare parts to upgrade our weapons. What's great about the weapon upgrades now is, the upgrades are now visible in game. So if you add in a scope to your rifle, you'll see Ellie grab the scope from her backpack, and attach it onto the gun. And I must say that this part is beautifully created. It's mind-blowing to watch Ellie apply the upgrades you chose for your gun. So that's it for this video, bots. Are you also excited to play the game? I hope this video helped in giving you an idea on what to expect when you play The Last of Us Part 2. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click like, and share to us what you think about the game. And if you're new to the channel, this is a great time for you to subscribe to get notified of new videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.